Hi, everyone. Hi, Diane. Diane, you're always the first one here. You win the prize. Ah, Jane's here too. Hi, Jane. Yes, I just looked at my computer and saw that last 10 years ago today, actually the 3rd, I was at my son's backyard pool with my daughter, and the kids were just little. You know how they send you like 10 years ago, pictures from 10 years ago, or yeah, it's sort of fun getting those. I'll have to send that to my daughter. She's at work right now, but I bet she doesn't remember where she was 10 years ago. I'm not sure if she I'm not sure if she gets tomorrow off or not, 4th of July. You would think, but maybe not. I don't know. I'll have to ask her. Hi, Donna. Jerry's here. Hi, Jerry. Yes, happy 4th of July, everyone. I'm not doing anything special. What's everybody else doing for the 4th? I have no picnics to go to. Nobody's coming out here as far as I know. You're home and resting. Yeah. I'm resting all the time. But today, well, yesterday, Samantha was here. We went grocery shopping for hopefully almost the month. Did a big grocery shop. Because last month I didn't do much grocery shopping at all, and I just lived out of my pantry and my freezers. So this month I went grocery shopping, but I didn't get that much. I'm going to try to continue to use stuff in my, my freezer and my pantry. You're staying home, Diane? Yeah, me too. It's the safest place. I just had Walmart deliver me more root beer. Yay. I was sitting on the deck when he came, the guy that was delivering. When he came, I was sitting on the deck with a root beer float. He brought me root beer and actually 2 cans of Cutter's yard spray. I remember we used to use that and it worked. It's a fogger. It's to keep mosquitoes and such away. But since I want to do most of my gardening in the evening when the sun isn't out there, it's sort of buggy. So I remembered this worked. We had this before. My husband always said that he liked Cutter's things the best. Cutters, Cutters. And he was a fisherman, and he would go to Canada up, fly in fishing camps where the bugs are really bad. And yeah, he said that Cutters, he always used Cutters. So that's what I sent for. So I'm ready. I can just fog the whole area before I go out. You're waiting on a Walmart delivery too. Yeah, that's kind of handy, isn't it? I was talking to Samantha. I had an idea about my uh, groceries and my eating since I don't eat very much at one time. I went through my refrigerator and some of my freezer and I threw out so much food. It's just not even funny. Uh, so I'm thinking maybe it would be just as inexpensive for me to order things that I can divide into several meals. Like I'm talking about meals. Like the place that came to mind when my husband was alive, we went to Bob Evans and would eat once in a while. And I remembered I haven't been in there since COVID. Uh, it's sort of a family restaurant, and I don't mind going in Panera for some reason and sitting down to eat in Panera by myself. But I don't know, it's different in Bob Evans. I I think I don't know if I'd feel funny or not, but a lot of families, no, I never remember seeing just one person in there, but it doesn't matter, I guess. But I'm thinking their menus, they always serve a lot of food, and they do have a seniors menu, which is not much, but it's cheaper. And I'm thinking they also have delivery, but it's cheaper if you go and pick up. You can order online and then pick up. So I'm thinking maybe I could order just a couple dinners uh, and see how far I can stretch them. It could be a couple dinners could get me through maybe 5 days. I don't know. I'm going to try it. This next week, I'm going to go have dinner or lunch or something at Bob Evans. And I'm going to look over their menus and see what I think. Panera, I know their menu pretty well. I could order from there too. Yeah. But yeah, I should see how much it would cost to do that, comparing, comparing how much I'm spending for things that I think I'm going to cook, and then I either cook or I don't cook, and things go to waste, or I may make something, but I just don't eat it, and it just goes to waste. I keep it in the refrigerator too long. I should freeze every single thing that I don't eat. But then if things are in the freezer too long, I throw them out too. So, yeah, it's not good. So that's my idea. I'm going to try this next month and see. At least I'm going to go and see how much it is to get a couple meals and see how far I can stretch them. And we'll just go from there. Yeah, it's hard just being one person, and another reason I think when you're alone and eating alone, I think you eat less. I don't know. Do you think that's true that you don't eat as much um, when you're sitting by yourself? I think eating, having dinner and that's sort of a social thing. And when you're by yourself, you just, you eat till you feel full, and then I don't keep eating. The rest just sort of goes to waste, or it goes to my dog. Yeah. Yeah, I couldn't get over how much stuff I threw away from my refrigerator and my freezer. So I'm gonna try this. Ah, so yeah, we got groceries. We went to Home Depot and I got 4 hanging baskets that were on sale. They were like almost half price. They had been 12 something for 6.88. They were pretty big hanging baskets. I just I just take the hangers off and I set them on my porch as potted plants. I may go back and get a couple more. And they didn't have any. I didn't have time really. We had to go to the grocery store too, so I didn't have time to really look at the flats and things. I want to get some flats of flowers, and I also want to get some perennials. So I have to go back there. But uh, yeah, I I can't stand to go out and garden in the sun. I tried it a couple days and I got so hot it made me dizzy. So I think I have to garden in the evening. Today, my handyman came and he got I got a hedge trimmer that I was afraid to use. So I did charge the battery up. It was all ready for him. And he trimmed all the hedges out front that I wanted trimmed. And he still has some more in the back to do. But then he measured my deck because he's going to stain my deck for me or put a finish on it. He told me the kind of stain that he really likes, that he's used quite a few times because he likes it. And you can order it online. In fact, I guess you can't buy it in the store. You order it from this company online. So he told me exactly what to order. I just have to pick a color. Either, I didn't know. I was going to do clear, but he says sometimes it's better to have a tiny little bit of color in it. So I'll have to look. They have lots of colors. So he's going to stain my deck or paint it, whatever you call it, since it's all nice and clean right now. Uh, will it last? I don't know. You mean the stain? I don't know. We'll see. Right now, it doesn't have any stain on it at all. It's just bare wood. And after it was built, I never had it stained or anything. So when the Kenny came to power wash it, it took them a long time because it had built up that algae or gets on it from the rains and the damp. And it was so slippery. So it's all clean now and down to the bare wood. Looks really nice. Looks brand new. So he said, have somebody stain this right away or put a finish on it. So I asked Mark, my handyman, if he did that, and yes, he does. So he took the measurements today, told me how much I need to buy, and I'm going to order it. And that'll be probably his next job he does here. I got a hat. I got another straw hat. It's a great big brimmed hat. It's just for the garden, working in the garden. It'll give me lots of shade on my face and neck and everything. It's by 9 West. I have it hanging by the front door. I don't know if I don't know. He's used the stain not only on his own deck, but for some other people he's done their decks. This stain. So I don't know how long it's supposed to last. We'll see. I haven't gone to the site yet to look. So that'll be his next big job. He couldn't believe how big my tomato plant got. It's twice as high as the tomato cage. He says you're going to have to stake this anyway, or it's going to just fall over. So yeah. So I do have some. I'm going to put two. They're not wooden stakes. They're actually plastic, but they're supposed to look like bamboo poles, but they're not bamboo. They're stronger and they're plastic, some sort of poly. And I can pound them down inside the tomato cage, and it'll give it support. Hi, Janet. Yes, this is not a nice holiday as far as my dog is concerned. The people that own the golf course live down the road, way down at the corner where two roads come together down there. That's where one of the brothers, there's 3 or 4 brothers own this golf course. And he loves fireworks. They set off fireworks as big as the city does here, which would be nice if it didn't scare my dog, because I used to go out and sit in the yard because he puts them off over the lake here. And it's just like my own personal firework show. But along with that comes the big booms and everything. And they've been setting off fire works as far as the booming kind for 4 days now. And my dog is just huddling next to me. For sure, either tonight, I'm going to get his thunder coat out for tonight and tomorrow, because that'll be the bigger ones. Yeah. Before I came in here, there was one boom that they set off. I don't know what they are. They're big, those big firecrackers that do just one boom. Well, one boom went off and she followed me right in here, and she's now laying on her bed. You know, if you can see her over here. Right there. Yeah. Yeah, I'm not big on it, for sure. So my garden is so full of weeds. What I'm going to do, not tonight, because it'll be too late after I get done here, but once the sun gets off of that front garden, I'm going to go out and sit in my bench thing, sit down on my bench thing, and just keep moving it a little bit. And then if I'm sitting and bending over, it's not near as bad as standing and bending over. So I'm just going to take little bits at a time and weed because it's full of weeds. Yeah. So that's my big plans for the holiday weekend. I'm hoping my daughter gets off. She'll have a 3-day weekend. She may try, well, if they close the plant, she won't be able to work extra, but because of the heat, nobody's been wanting to work extra, and she can't do it. She works second shift, and there's only 3 or 4 people that work second shift. If nobody wants to stay with her or work, extra, she doesn't get to work either. Now she can come in early. Sometimes she does that. My son worked today, and he is at the golf course at the moment. Of course. I suppose he's golfing all weekend. This golf course has been busy. Yeah. I suppose they all are. Well, I know I had said I was going to do a video during the week. I did. It's right here. It's on here. There's a video on here for you. I just can't get it from here to there, to my laptop. I've forgotten how to do it. I've gone in a couple times and read up how to do it. And you need one of these little things. This takes you from a USB to a USB-C. Okay, I understand that. And then if you take the card out of the GoPro, the little teensy card, somehow you use this thing. And I'm not sure how. I only did this once. There is a USB connector, but then I can use that converter. I think this end comes off too, but it doesn't come off easily, and I'm afraid to force it because I don't understand what this is. I'm going to try to pull this. It looks like it. Oh, yeah, it's wiggling. Oh, that's the USB-C. Okay, and then it has the holes for the little cards here. So we'll see. I've just avoided doing this because I hate to start something and get so exasperated that it won't work. I avoid doing it altogether. What night does the golf course? You never know. It could be tonight. It could be tomorrow on the 4th. I would think they'd do it on the 4th of July. Since it's going to be a Friday night, it's probably going to be tomorrow. I'll try to take some photos. Really, to take a good video, I would have to go out because I am surrounded by big trees, and to get to an area where I could see and take some video, I'd have to go outside and over there. And my dog wouldn't like me to leave her, I suppose. This isn't the golf course does this. It's just him that lives in that house. I mean, this isn't he has a party at his house usually for like for if they're going to do the 4th of July. He'll have a party. I can hear the people way up the road, and he has the fireworks. But it's not like it's advertised or anything. He's been doing it ever since we moved here 20 some years ago. Before fireworks were, I guess, okay to use. But I don't think he ever got in trouble for it. So sometimes when the holiday, he'll use any excuse to blow off the fireworks. So it doesn't matter what holiday it is. I think what was the last thing he blew off fireworks for? Something I didn't even know what he would be, and then somebody reminded me maybe it was this, but I don't remember now. It's just he just must love fireworks. I don't know. I haven't even looked at what time or what day Medina is doing the little city fireworks. We've never gone to those because we had our own. They were saying on TV about how many people, this is the biggest travel holiday that they've ever had, evidently. So I'm glad I'm not going anywhere. When you think about, sometimes they'll show on a graph, a picture. It's not a graph. It's how many flights are in the air, and it shows little airplanes all over. And there's like a zillion airplanes in the air. Does anybody find that kind of frightening? I don't fly anymore anyway. But yeah, I would. It just is frightening. Plus, there's a shortage of the people. What do they call it? Air controllers, whatever they're called. A big shortage of those, which certainly doesn't make it feel any safer. All right, Jane. Bye. Thanks for stopping by. Yeah, I just thought I'd come on and say happy 4th to everybody. I have made a sale every day, but nothing big, and sometimes it's one a day. Today I put 2 out there. But yeah. At least I haven't had to put the sign in my bin saying, yeah, I put a little note in there when there's no packages. I just put on a little sad face and it says no sales, no packages. I don't know what Bumblebee's doing this weekend. Well, the restaurants will be full, so I'm not going to do my experiment at the restaurants uh, till next week sometime. I'll just be here, my little haven. I'd love the kids to come out, but I'm sure they have their own plans. Especially my grandkids. You know, they're at the age where they don't have time for adults. Uh, Maybe I'll bake a cake. Yeah, when I bake a cake, that always seems to get eaten. One of my favorite things, cake. I always like cake better than pie, although I like that too, but yeah, I think I'll bake a cake. That'll be my 4th of July treat. I don't remember the last time I was ever at a picnic. Probably before my husband died. He was the one that knew everybody. Ah, yeah. Doesn't that sound good? Chocolate. It can, any kind of, as long as it has chocolate frosting. Can be yellow cake or white cake or chocolate cake with chocolate frosting. Ah. Well, I'm going to find a good movie on and try to watch it through the fireworks. And I hope everybody has a safe holiday. And if you're going any place, be careful on the roads. My car, I have decided to park it back into the garage. Because it already has nuts in it anyway. And now I have a maintenance, the little wrench came up. That means I need maintenance, which is probably due my oil change or something's due. So I have to take it in for that anyway. So that's okay. Then they can get the nuts out of my fan. And I should have air conditioning for at least a few days. So I have to call and make that appointment this next week too. Oh, I love brownies too. I love anything chocolate, really. I already had a root beer float, but you know what is calling to me right now is I have some chocolate pudding out there. I may have a little cup of chocolate pudding with the little dollop of vanilla ice cream on it. I'll save that for later. I don't know why I'm not I don't weigh more than I do. My diet's horrible. It's gotten horrible. I've gone from eating healthy to eating horrible, and my daughter's gone from eating just fast food horrible to eating super healthy. Uh, we just sort of switched. So everybody have a good weekend, and I will be back on Sunday to tell you what I sold for the week. And I will try to get the video off of this. What it is a walk through the garden. It's just outside. I was just testing out my GoPro, and then it went into a sort of a video, and I thought, well, I could put this on, and then not sure how to do it anymore, but it may come back to my brain. I don't know. So I will see you. I have to go guard my dog when the fireworks start. Everybody have a good weekend or a good 4th, and I will be back on Sunday. Bye.